Today I'm here to talk to you guys about the new film, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. It's the final installment in the Hunger Games franchise, and it's the second part to the last movie, The Hunger Games Mockingjay. The book is one book, there's no two-part, but, you know, cash grab. Anyways, it stars Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, Liam Hemsworth, Woody Harrelson, Donald Sutherland, Elizabeth Banks, Sam Claflin, and Jenna Malone, and so many others. And it's a continuation of, as I said before, it's a continuation of the previous movie where we see Katniss finally come into her own, and she realizes she can't be just a propaganda piece. If things are gonna get done, if all this is gonna end, she's got to do it. She's got to go out and she's got to kill Snow. And so pretty much that's the mission, and that's the premise of this movie. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't read the last book. I saw the last three movies, which for the most part were good. I don't like the first movie at all. I really don't. But that's a review for another day. And what I didn't this movie for me, while it started off in the right place, I felt it started off kind of weak. The execution of it I felt was a little lacking, and I don't know why. There's no real specific reason. Just something about it just felt off. The more I think about it, actually, the more I think maybe it's because I didn't feel the tension. It's supposed to be a tension filled, especially after how part one ended. But the tension wasn't there. And let me start by saying that the performances all around are really good, really good. And personally, I don't see the hate Liam Hemsworth gets. Sure, he's not Chris Hemsworth, but he's solid. He's fine. He's serviceable. And Jennifer Lawrence, she's fine. She's always been, well, not always been good in the role. She's been good in the last three movies. And for me, the standout in the strongest point of the film really is Josh Hutcherson. For me, he's always been the strength of these movies, which is not the popular thing to say, but it's my opinion. Film is subjective. Assholes. Anyway, the director Francis Lawrence, who directed the last two movies and has directed such films as Constantine and I Am Legend, he does a really fine job. There's this one scene. I'm not gonna get into spoiler territory here, but there's a scene where they're in the sewers and they have to take out these mutts, and that in the entire franchise, that has been the one scene that really gave me chills. It had my heart racing. I was excited and I was terrified at the same time. These things were better versions of those like faceless zombies. You know those zombies in Resident Evil where it's like they have like no eyes or nose or anything. It's just like all mouths. That's what they look like. Granted, better version of them. But that scene was scary. It was on the edge of your seat type stuff. And I felt they did address the love triangle, and I like how they handled it because there's so much going on in Katniss's head that I felt the way they handled the love triangle, how they opened it up in a discussion was really well done. A the the negatives for me really come down to I didn't feel the tension for most of the movie, and I didn't really. When I'm not gonna lie to you, there are deaths in this movie, and only out of all of the deaths, I only felt for one of them, and that's it. Really, I mean, There's no tension. There's no emotional heartstrings there. Like it tries, but it's not there. And really, for me, the movie ended strong. The way they closed out the franchise, I felt it ended on a strong note. But it's I overall it is a good movie. I would recommend you guys seeing it. And the score is really good, and the writing. I mean, it wasn't bad or anything. It's just nothing really stood out to me in the writing department. So I mean, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part Two is a satisfying finale to an otherwise solid franchise. I just wish there was more emotional oomph. You know, just more emotional oomph to the film. And you know, if I had given this a score, 7.5 out of 10 sounds about right. I and may the odds ever be in your favor. Sorry, had to force it. All right, guys, bye.